Welcome, Yo Bro Nation. Welcome back to the channel. It's the Elimination Chamber review. Welcome back to the channel, goofballs and goofettes. I am your lovely, 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 lovely host. I am Zach. And, who wants to talk about the Elimination Chamber? I thought I wanted to. Jesus, the Elimination Chamber. Cough. Oh, man. You know, this whole show, right? This entire show is easily just a very... It's a very run-of-the-mill, very standard pay-per-view. Is what it is. A few exciting spots. But you know what else was exciting? I'll tell you what else was exciting. My Funko Pop. My Luke Skywalker Funko Pop. Where am I at? This was exciting. Yeah, I liked this. That was exciting. So much more exciting than this. So much more. The video I watched of a baby drooling was more exciting than this pay-per-view. I mean, outside of a couple little things, it was just any other show. There was nothing to it. It was boring. It was boring. You know, my girlfriend, she was doing cleaning in around the house. You know, getting things, some spring cleaning, if you will. And I would have rather been busting my ass, cleaning, helping her than watching this show. But I have an obligation to do this. I don't have an obligation. I just knew I wanted to rant. I knew I wanted to bitch. I knew I'd want to. So I went ahead and I went through with it. But this was just... This show had no excitement. Just none. But I will give the show props in this area. The fact that the show was just over 3 hours. That was nice. I appreciated that. Just a little more than 3 hours lets me go take a nice healthy dump. And then I can get me a nice little drink of some water. And then I can come in here, do a quick review. I know. No one wants to hear about me and my dump taking. I know. I understand. But that's what I had to do. And I'm glad. It makes this quicker. It just makes this easier. But for anyone who did sit and did watch this whole show, I feel so bad for you. I feel bad for all of you. This was a bad show. I mean... I wasn't even excited about the women's title. The pre-show match was better than 90% of the matches on this show. That's sad. But of course it is the cruiserweights, which of course I knew they'd be put in. And for anyone who's like, yo, dummy, Mustafa Ali wasn't in the match. I know. I made the thumbnail for my preview and predictions early, recorded it early, and then I made this thumbnail, or this layout early too. So I'm aware. I'm aware that Kofi Kingston was in the match. I just didn't have time to go back and fix it. Didn't feel like it. It was already made. So, whatever. Don't care. No Fs. No Fs given. No Fs given. I have 0 to give. The WWE title match. My mother, God bless her soul, was so convinced that Kofi Kingston was going to win that WWE Championship. And you know, I ever since Kofi had that fantastic little run in the gauntlet match on Tuesday, all I've heard on social media and even today was just Kofi Kingston Is he gonna win? Who really believed that? Who really believed Kofi Kingston was gonna win this? Seriously. Why? Why would they take Kofi Kingston? A guy who's had no real big plans for WrestleMania. Maybe he'll be in a tag team match for the titles against the Usos. But who really thought he was going to win? My mother did. My mother thought Kofi Kingston was going to win the tag team championships or the world title. Oh my God. Look, I was wrong about a lot of things tonight, but I know there was no way I would be wrong about that. Oh, and I'm sorry, anybody who really believed that was gonna happen. What are you taking, and can I please get some of it? May I have a smoke? Maybe a little hit or two? Please? Who is your dealer? Let me know. I would love to know and would love to get something from him. I mean, come on. Look, it was a good story. Kofi Kingston, 11 years in the WWE, finally going and winning the WWE Championship. That would have been cool, man. It would have been a really cool story, bros. Really. One that I think a lot of people would have been into, but come on. Really? No way. Why? Why would they take him? He has nothing really planned for WrestleMania in a title picture. Just to say, well, we threw him in a week ago. You know what? Screw it. Let's just throw the belt on him and let's push him to the moon. Come on. Basically, what you saw is what they were going to do with Mustafa Ali prior to him being hurt. This was going to be what Mustafa Ali, he would have been the Iron Man of the Gauntlet match. He would have been the big guy in this match who made the run where it made you thought, oh gosh, Ali was going to win. That was the plan. That was the plan. I have no doubt that was what was going to happen. So, I'm sorry to all the New Day fans, or the Kofi Kingston fans. I call him Kofi a lot, and I know it's not his name. Kofi Kingston. I apologize to you guys if I have offended you, but come on. No way. Seriously. If anyone in the comments is like, dude, I thought he was going to win, I'm going to check. Because there's no way. No way. I'm turning off my... I apologize to you guys if I have offended you, but come on. I've turned off my Wi-Fi to my phone. I'm just going to... Oh, damn cat. There's just no. No. No one could have honestly believed that. Really. No one could have. And let's talk about Ronda Rousey and Ruby Riott real quick. Okay. I'm not going to talk about what happened after. I'll get to that when I get to that. Really? This was a squash match. For what? You made Ruby Riott, who is legitimately one of your better wrestlers in your women's division, and you guys ended at 9:20, but you couldn't give this match 10 minutes? Give her 10 minutes to try to sort of look good on Ronda? Are you kidding me? This was a freaking... it was a squash. I'm trying not to drop no F-bombs. But this was a squash. Why? Why was this a squash? What? Why couldn't you give them 10 minutes to be somewhat competitive? She never got one lick of offense against Ronda Rousey. Although, shout out to you, Ronda, for your Sonya Blade outfit. Best look you've ever had since you came to this damn company. Hair looked normal, face looked normal, decent looking outfit. You looked like a normal person. Good for you. But seriously? They couldn't have just gave him 10 minutes? You booked the show for 4 hours. The Royal Rumble goes almost 7 hours. But this, I get it. We had complained about the super long show. I'm not saying you had to go, 4 hours. But damn. You cut time. Seriously, you all just basically made Ruby Riott look inept and incapable, but Nikki Bella could take her to 20 minutes? So you're essentially telling me Nikki Bella is better than Ruby Riott. That's what I'm supposed to gain from this, right? Ruby Riott is not as good as Nikki Bella, not as good as Alexa Bliss, when in actuality, if you want to get down to the brass tacks of it, she's 1,000 times better than those two in the ring. 1,000. And you couldn't give her 10 minutes to show what she has and give Ronda. And here I was sitting there in my predictions saying, hey, she'll give Ronda a good match. And they didn't even have a match. Oh my God. And should I go ahead and get into the mess that was the Women's Elimination Chamber match? Should I get into that mess? Up till the end? It was just a jumbled mess. There may be some people who will disappoint, or not be disappointed. Disappointed, but who may disagree with me. But it was a jumbled mess. We get the men's Elimination Chamber match was good, but what made it was that the end with Coffey and Daniel Bryan. That made that match. There was, to me, outside of the Cruiserweight Championship and the way that ended, there was really nothing on this show that I honestly could look at and that I could honestly sit and tell you was good. Nothing. We had a Braun Strowman match with Baron Corbin. And you all gave that match like 15 minutes. In that big stupid finish. But we couldn't give Ronda Rousey and Ruby Riott 10 minutes on an 3 hour and 20 minute show. Just made it, 3.5 hours. And gave them 10 minutes. I can't let that go. I can't. I mean, I'm looking at it. It's like 8:30. I'm like, it's already the end of the show? Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm glad it was a quick show. I didn't want to be sitting there till 10 o'clock. I was like, I just want to do this and get it over with. Enjoy the rest of my evening. And I get to do that. But I'm rambling. I'm ranting. I'm upset. I'm upset because they couldn't give the women Ronda Rousey. I get it. It was to set for what happened with Becky. It was to set what happened with Charlotte. Woo, we already know we're getting that triple threat. I don't need it crammed down my throat any further than you two already have. Oh, and by the way, I don't know how many people really noticed it. Becky Lynch was in a Kill Bill inspired outfit. And she swung that damn crutch like it was in the movie, like it was that damn blade. Becky Lynch, the man, right? Becky Lynch is the damn man. I just... No words. There are literally no words right now that can explain the frustration that I'm having. None. No words. I can laugh, you know, the fact that people think Kofi Kingston was going to become the WWE champion. I can even laugh at how ridiculous and how incredibly stupid it is that you all squashed. You didn't just bury her. You took that golden shovel, handed it over to Ronda. She dug that hole as deep as she could, and they just cut that woman's throat freaking bad. You know, they did her terrorist style, dumped her in that hole, and then buried her as deep as they could, and said, thanks for nothing. You were just here to say Ronda had a match. God, what are they going to do at Fastlane? God, what are they going to do at Fastlane? You know, usually it's like, okay, this show's done, next to WrestleMania. No, we still have another show to go before we go to WrestleMania. Another pay-per-view they got to book. Huh? What are we going to get there? What are we going to get at that one? I could probably sit here right now and say, that's it. Nothing more that I need to say. And then I don't think anyone would argue. I mean, outside, you know, I had a comment the other day on my top 10 women of wrestling ever. And, well, I don't understand the consistency. Well, it's my list. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and you can just suck it. No, not really. I appreciated the comment, and I understand. Maybe what I had, my criteria wasn't clear, but I do explain it in the video. Just saying. That's a segue, by the way. That is actually posted on the channel. Other videos are posted. My 2K19 Universe Mode Elimination Chamber show, that's up. It's in the iCard. Also, previewing predictions in the iCard. My two most recent Best of the Best countdowns for the top 10 WrestleManias, number 7 and number 8, are both posted. My Living Dangerously review for the Retro Rewind reviews, that is also, all those are in the iCard. If they're not, for whatever reason, and I'm stupid and I don't remember, you guys can just go to the channel. Those stuff, they are on the channel currently. How can you help support the channel? Well, there's a few ways you can do it. First of all, you guys can go to patreon.com/YoBroNation. 6 tiers to choose from. You guys can get exclusive AEW reviews. Monday Morning Creative, that's going to be fun. Post-show videos, crossing my fingers, it's on here. You guys can vote on Retro Rewinds. You guys get gifts for your birthday. Anything, Ask Us Anything Q&As, behind-the-scenes vlogs, group chat in the Discord. Part of the Discord, now you can be in the group chat with the Discord. $4 and up, you can actually sit and chat with me or chat with Jake if he's in there. Or if Ethan ever gets in it, you know, Wayne can be on there. But you want to be a moderator in the Discord, you want to be a monitor in our chats for our live videos. Perhaps you want to have some sort of say as how maybe I can help conduct the channel, how I can get the channel to look better, more produced. You guys can become a co-producer on the show, maybe a producer, get credits in all of our videos. You guys can just, you know, get to do all of that. And all it is it's a higher tier, but you get to actually have input. Plus, with the possibility of a wrestling league, trivia league for us, that is in the cards. Now, look, if a Patreon support is not what you're looking to do, there is another option. TeePublic.com/YoBroNation1. You guys can go in there, get our t-shirts. You know, Recess Never Gets Old, Charlotte Reigns, the classic YoBro Gaming and Reviews t-shirt, the Kissing Bandit t-shirt, also the YoBro Nation shirt. They got the classic designs, the square circle design, all that stuff's on the channel. You guys can go there and buy our merch. Also, let's say you don't want to do that. You know, the StreamLabs, you guys can go to StreamLabs. You can donate $1, you can donate $10, you can donate $100. I don't care. That link is also down in the descriptions. StreamLabs, YoBro Gaming, and Reviews. You can go to Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook and like and share our Facebook page. You can go to Twitter and follow us on Twitter at YoBroGaming1. You guys can go ahead and you can also just like, share this video. Tell your friends about it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get all the updates on our stuff. You guys can do that. It's simple. And that stuff is free. And that's the best thing you can do for my channel. And help grow the channel. Now, all of that stuff out of the way, I'm actually going to get into the real review. I'm going to make this quick. I'm not going to take your guys' time. I'm not going to make you sit and wait and just be like, you know, Zach, I sat for 3.5 hours and the show wasn't that great. And I would say you're right. It was a show. We'll put it that way. It was a show. Got my little rant out of the way. I feel good about that. Feel more about it. I started the kickoff a little late because I was watching the race today. The Daytona 500 that was on. That's something I used to do with Grandma. Well, when I was a kid, watching the races wasn't exactly how I view it now. Now it's like I like it. It's nostalgia. Although I don't know most of the drivers anymore. But sitting and watching the races with my grandma when I was a kid was a big deal for me, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I watched most of the race. But you know, I knew the show was starting. Knew the title match would be starting. So I started this a little bit late. So I didn't get all of what happened on the kickoff show as far as the Cruiserweight title match. But your first contest of the night, of course, this is your Elimination Chamber review for February 17th, 2019. This took place in Houston, Texas. Cruiserweight Championship was the one that opened the show. Again, I'm sick and tired of the Cruiserweights being on the damn kickoff show. I'm just tired of it. Put these guys on the main show. Yes, I've heard, I've heard where they've said the Cruiserweights are not a priority. Okay, fine. Cruiserweights aren't a priority. So, but why? Why even have the division if you're not going to make them any sort of a priority? Make them a priority. It's easy. It's really that easy. So it's Akira Tozawa versus Buddy Murphy. This match starts off with them kind of testing each other. It starts a little slow. The first high spot is Akira Tozawa doing a suicide dive through the ropes. He gets caught by Buddy Murphy, who gets him into a suplex out on the apron. Murphy, though, who was working over the back of Akira Tozawa during this. While the match is going, they do an interview with Kofi Kingston, but it's just Xavier Woods and Big E. Kind of took me out of it. I wasn't really watching the match. I was kind of looking at them, seeing what they had to say. Buddy Murphy, continues to work over Tozawa. Tozawa, of course, keeps fighting. He's starting to build momentum. You get some counters, some suplexes, a bunch of near falls, a reverse of a hold into a spike hurricanrana. That reverse on his head always looks just sick. That only gets a 2 count. Some more back and forth. Buddy Murphy, gets him up kind of like a GTS, almost like a ha-ha to you, Akira Tozawa. Almost like a GTS. Then hits him with a running knee. They get some exchanges of some strikes, some knees, and some punches. Tozawa starts to build more momentum. Suicide dive. Yeah, Buddy Murphy hanging over the ropes on the middle rope, and Tozawa just drops right on top of him. Only gets a 2 count. Buddy Murphy, they're going back and forth. Buddy Murphy finally counters a hold. It's kind of like a Widow's Peak, like the AJ Lee hold, the Widow's Peak. But Buddy Murphy gets up, picks him up, hits him into Murphy's Law. 1, 2, 3. Buddy Murphy retains the Cruiserweight Championship. I am convinced Buddy Murphy's holding that title all the way up to WrestleMania. And that's when you'll probably see Cedric Alexander win the championship. So the official show starts. And the opening match is the Women's Elimination Chamber for the first ever Women's Tag Team Championships. First of all, and my mom argued with me about this, this is not the first Women's Tag Team Champions. Secondly, this match was a mess. It was predictable. I sat and I took extensive notes of these chamber matches. And as I'm doing this match, I'm just like, they tried too hard to keep it simple. But no matter what they did, it was still predictable. It was still boring. It was still a mess. No matter how hard they really tried. Of course, we knew Sasha and Bayley, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville were going to start this match. We knew that already. I also knew, without a doubt, that Nia Jax and Tamina would be the last ones to enter this ring. Why? Because they're garbage. Straight up, stinky, sat outside in the hot sun for a week in the middle of July, full of old ice cream and hot dogs, mustard, and everything you could think of on the 4th of July, just sitting in a nasty, stinky bag. That's how bad of garbage they are. Just watch them in this match. Every time I saw Nia do something, I was waiting for Nia to hurt somebody. Match starts with Bayley, Mandy Rose, Sonya, and Sasha Banks. Oh, nice change, Miss Peyton Royce. You did your hair up nice. Very nice. You don't look like your freaking twin sister. Well, they're not really sisters. It's never mind. So, they started off. They're fighting. My internet cut off, so I didn't get to see part of this match. The Riot Squad, you know, when I get back, they're kind of just, they fought on the outside, and they're just kind of laying around. Riot Squad comes in. They go right for Bayley and Sasha. You get a stare down with the Riot Squad, Mandy Rose and Sonya, and you hear, I think it's Liv Morgan says, "Oh, finally we meet." Of course, they had, you know, Absolution, and then they were Riot Squad, and they were, like, doing the same exact thing, just on different shows. Dumb crap. So they fought some really stiff shots between Liv and Sonya Deville. Like, Sonya Deville, I thought she straight up punched Liv Morgan in the face. It looked like it. They tried for a superplex with Bayley. The Riot Squad got up there, though. All 5 of those women kind of fell. You didn't see a lot of Sasha for a while. Sasha kind of sat off to the side, I guess still nursing her injury. The Iconics were the next ones into this ring, or into the match. They tried pinning pretty much everyone. Started double-teaming each woman. The match just slowed down horribly. They were just double-teaming everyone. They did their little running knee move on Bayley. Sasha broke up the count. Like I said, the match, it really slowed down and just bogged down. It was just a mess. You couldn't keep track of half of what was going on. The Iconics, you know, they went for the shoulder of Sasha. We're trash-talking Bayley and Sasha, had their faces pinned up against the cage, just pushing into it. More attacks on Boston Hug Connection. Went for a pin a couple of times, only got some 2 counts. Naomi and Carmella were next in the ring. Carmella, not one word was uttered by Corey Graves why Carmella came out. No Mella is money. None of that. Oh, I'm sure Mella's money. But how much money is Mella really making from you, Corey? That is the question, my man. How much does she charge you? No wonder Big Cass and her had issues, I guess. Other than the fact that Big Cass became fat. So, they started hot, taking, you know, pretty much to everyone. You start seeing offense between all the teams, some back and forth. Naomi, of course, she attacks Mandy Rose. We get our first elimination of the night. Billie Kay rolls her into a victory roll. Peyton Royce jumps over, floats over, grabs her leg while Billie Kay has her pinned. They double team her on the pin, get the 3 count. Naomi and Carmella are now eliminated. While Carmella was in there, the most she did was super kicks. And that's it. Super kicks. Carmella didn't do much more while she was in there. Next in was Nia and Tamina. They were the final team into the match. The Iconics, they jump into the cage. While they're in there, you know, Nia Jax and Tamina are just basically beating up everybody. And, you know, they finally pry open the door where the Iconics are. They pull them out. They start punching them. Start swinging them against the side of the cage. That was funny. They got a hold of them. They're just slapping them against the sides, back and forth of the mesh of the cage. Hilarious shit. They do a double Samoan drop onto the Iconics. Pin them. 1, 2, 3. The Iconics are now eliminated. Riot Squad goes after them. They get the 2 separated. They start double teaming them. The other teams start kind of jumping in. They'll attack the team that's attacking them, then they'll attack them, allowing Nia and Tamina to kind of just keep in it. Sasha and Bayley, they get control, double teaming Nia and Tamina. But then Tamina and Nia get the advantage. Liv and Sarah Logan, they're up on the top. You got Tamina on one side, Nia on the other. They're kind of fighting with the other two, and then those two are on the top, and they just kind of jump off and do a dive off of the top of the pod. You get some more infighting. You get a top rope Samoan drop by Nia Jax on Liv Morgan. Tamina's up top. Superfly splash on both Liv and Sarah Logan. 1, 2, 3. The Riot Squad is now eliminated. You have Nia on the outside setting for, I guess, a spear. She runs towards Bayley. Bayley moves. Nia goes through the glass. Now you have Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Bayley and Sasha surrounding Nia, surrounding Tamina. They attack Tamina. They all kind of just get her. You get Bayley with a elbow drop off the top rope. They all cover Tamina. Tamina and Nia Jax are then, therefore, eliminated. So you come down to the two teams who started this match, and that's kind of cool. I'm glad that I was wrong with this. I'm glad it didn't come down to Nia and Tamina. Good God, those two sucked. And like I said, I just sat waiting to see how bad this really was going to get and how badly they might hurt somebody. And who knows, maybe they did hurt somebody. Maybe Nia hurt herself. God, I could only hope. So you get these two just kind of going back and forth. You get a backstabber into a Bayley to belly for a 2 count. Bayley and Sasha chase Mandy to the top of the pod. They're trying to fight her up there. They kind of fall down. Mandy hits her finisher in the ring, gets a 2 count. Like I said, this match, it just gets sloppy. Sonya accidentally spears Mandy, allowing Sasha to lock in a bank statement, but she does a little differently. She uses her leg because she's still selling the shoulder injury. Uses her leg and her hand to lock in on Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville taps. We get the first ever women's tag team champions, that being the Boss and Hug Connection. We all saw this coming, but I was hoping it would be. But then again, I had the feeling, well, Vince McMahon doesn't like us to know what's happening, but I guess they just said, whatever, there's no one else. Afterwards, they were interviewed. They were emotional. They didn't know really what to say. I missed the interview because I did something else. Up next, The Miz and Shane defend their SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the Usos. Now, the Usos, I think it was Jay was arrested this weekend for disorderly and obstruction. WWE said basically the Usos are responsible for their own actions. You guys are going to have to give me a second. I need something real quick. I need something real quick before I keep going. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. I knew that somehow, some way, I would need this. And sure enough, I do. I needed this. Gosh, I needed this. The fun of being live. The fun of being live. Okay. So, yeah, the Usos were... Well, Jay got in trouble. This is his second arrest since January, right? So, no one really knew, but if you listen to JD from New York, he talks about this thing called the AEW effect, and JD predicted it. He did, that the Usos would retain, or would win the championships, without a doubt. And by golly, was the man right. The match was actually pretty good, too. This was a pretty good match, actually. I can't hate on this match. I can hate on the show for its overall presentation and for its overall crappiness, but it was a good match. So Miz came out, though, dedicated it to his wife, dedicated it to his dad, and to his daughter, Monroe Sky. And then, I want to dedicate it to my beautiful wife, Maurice. And then Maurice comes out. He says, we always told you if we ever had something big, we'd come out and announce it together. They're having baby number 2. I bet it's a boy. Crowd money says they'll have a boy. Crowd completely behind the Usos. Shane came out. Miz was out there, but they were behind the Usos all the way here in Houston. This was kind of a back and forth. The Usos, getting double teamed, went for a super kick on Miz. Miz managed to, kind of avoid it. Miz and Shane then kind of started wearing down Jay. Some double clotheslines. They clotheslined each Uso out. Usos just look pissed off. So they get back in the ring. More work. Miz starts kind of working over them some more. Finally, the Usos, though, gain the advantage, and they just showed Miz and Shane what a real tag team looked like. They just kept the Miz down. Finally, Miz, though, gets the hot tag to Shane. Takes down both Usos. Goes for the coast to the coast. Hits Jimmy. Goes for the second coast to coast and gets super kicked by Jay. And then Jimmy comes off the rope. Splash. Gets a 2 count. Miz breaks it up. Tag to the Miz. Miz builds momentum. Samoan drop by Jay. Jay runs the corner. Miz moves. Hits his DDT. Miz and Jay go to the outside fighting. Miz starts to set up the table. Jimmy comes flying through to do his dive. Hits Jay, though. Jay gets set up on the table. Shane McMahon comes flying off that mother effer. And Shane's just sweating. He's red. He looks like he's in pain. Jumps from the turnbuckle all the way to the second table. How this man, even at age 50, still does that is just, I don't even know. But drops that elbow through the table. Both men are down. Jay is the legal man. Jay is the legal man. Remember that. Jay is the legal man. Details, people. Details. Jay was the legal man. Jimmy and Miz get back into the ring. They're fighting for a little bit. Super kick by Jimmy, splash into the corner, a roll up by Miz, only a 2 count. Miz hits a skull crushing finale, gets a 2 count. Jimmy counters right into a crucifix pin, gets the 3 count. You have new WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions in the Usos. They are now 6-time Tag Team Champions. They're one away from being up there with the New Age Outlaws. Oh, no, they're tied with the New Age Outlaws and one away from Edge and Christian and I think the Hardys. I'm pretty sure. Rare company, they are. So, like I said, now, later on in the night, you're going to see the Miz and Shane. They were okay. They seemed calm. Miz just kept saying, I'm sorry. Shane just rubbed his head. It's all good, man. It's all good. Then Miz is mad. And Shane's like, just go home, man. Just go home, and I'll see you on Tuesday. They're going to get a rematch. Simply because, one, Shane he's a part of the authority, so he can make himself the match, right? He can do that, and there's nothing really anybody can do. Secondly, they're going to point out the fact that, I would assume, they're to point out the fact that Jimmy was not the legal man. Jay was the legal man. Jay can't pin the Miz if he's not the legal man, right? I'm guessing? Maybe. Interview with Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley, where Lashley and Rush are asked, okay, what if you get incapacitated, Lashley, and Rush gets in there and Balor, capitalizes and he wins this match because you aren't in it. And Lashley's kind of looking like, but the whole time Lio Rush's like, nah, man, I'm the silver and he's the steak. You know what I'm saying, big man? Tell him. And Lashley's just like, And then their music hits and Lashley's like, let's go. We gotta go. Let's go. Let's get out there. No. Turn off my Wi-Fi. Turn off my dang Wi-Fi. So we get our Intercontinental Championship match. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush faces Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship, and it's a handicap match. I love Finn Balor. I really do. Love Finn Balor. wanted to see Finn Balor with gold for a long time. Wanted to see Finn Balor be a champion, right? However, tonight just didn't seem like the right night. Tonight just... the whole, ooh, what Balor is it going to be? Of course it's going to be just Man Balor. It's not going to be Demon Balor. You're not going to bring out Demon Balor tonight, but didn't bring him out at WrestleMania. That'd be stupid. So we already know that. They even had Lio Rush tease it. Well, if he comes out the Demon, I got a plan for him. Well, you didn't have a plan at all. The most of this match was Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor. Lio Rush didn't do a whole lot. Lio Rush quickly tags in Lashley. Lashley just uses his power to take control. When Balor goes to fly, Rush grabs and distracts him. Balor chases after him. Lashley's on the outside, picks him up, and just kind of slams him into the barricade. Lio Rush gets tagged in, gets some shots in, tags Lashley back in. Lashley's in full control. Rush kind of gets in. Balor starts making a comeback. Balor tries to cut him off. He manages to get Lashley back in. Lashley gets control again. I mean, clearly they booked Lashley to look like unstoppable force, with Balor, not really being able to escape. Lashley's got this match in hand, right? Lashley, the heel, has the match in hand. He gets ready to set up for the spear. Lio Rush tags himself in. Lashley's like, what are you doing? He's like, I got this, big man. Don't worry. You got the belt. You the champion. I got this. Goes for his frog splash. It's a beautiful frog splash, by the way. The way he does that D-Lo style with he brings the arms in and brings them up. Beautiful looking frog splash. Misses. Balor starts to gain momentum. Knocks Bobby Lashley out. Knocks Lio Rush out. Hits a sling blade. Goes flying over the ropes. Lands them, just goes diving over the ropes. Takes those guys out. Immediately throws Lio Rush back in the ring. Hits him with that corner drop kick. Goes up top. Coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor is your new Intercontinental Champion. I should be happier, right? I should be happier. And I am. I'm happy. Finn Balor is finally a champion. But for how long? Bobby Lashley will probably get a rematch. Bobby Lashley will probably win that rematch. Where does Bobby Lashley go? Or is Bobby Lashley going to be a part of this Braun Strowman angle that we get? Not really sure. Just not sure. After the match, Bobby Lashley basically just lost his cool and just obliterated little Lio Rush. Lio, go back to 205 Live. Thank you for your experience on Raw. We thank you. We thank you for your time, sir. I don't know. I should be happier, right? I should be a happier guy that I'm getting someone who I enjoy in Finn Balor, who I wanted to become Universal Champion, knew it wasn't going to happen. I didn't pick him. I picked Bobby Lashley to win. I hoped that Finn Balor would win. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Shame on me, I suppose. Shame on me. We get the announcement that at Minute Maid Field in Houston, Texas, next year will be the Royal Rumble. So we're going to have another Royal Rumble and another baseball stadium. I guess it's going to become a theme that they're going to make the rounds every year and just do Royal Rumbles in big buildings now. It's keeping it in warm places, I guess. But it can get pretty dang cold in Houston. It can get really cold in Texas. So I don't know. Houston might be attacking Charlotte at a house show. Charlotte Flair comes out, cuts about how great it was to humiliate Becky Lynch, and talks about going to WrestleMania to beat Ronda Rousey. So then we get our match for the Women's Championship. The Raw Women's Championship is on the line. No SmackDown Women's title on the line, but we did see Asuka. She's working house shows with that title, defending that title against Charlotte Flair on house shows. What does that tell you? Could have been a clue. Could have been a clue to what the future just might hold. So yeah, Charlotte trying to win the title before going to face for the title. Don't give that shit away, man. So Charlotte's out there. Ronda comes out wearing her Sonya Blade get up. Ronda starts hot, just starts going for the arm right away. She's like, I'm going to finish this right now. Ruby Riott gets out. She's trying to keep the pace slow. She'll get in the ring. Then she'll get back out of the ring. Don't worry. I am going to grade this pay-per-view. Don't you worry, little Fettuccine 69. Don't worry. I'm going to grade it. So yeah, she gets back in the ring. This match, no joke, lasted. It didn't last. It was a short match. Gets in the ring, hits her with a few of those judo throws, hits her with a Piper's Pit, gets her into the armbar. She taps immediately. Like I said, you couldn't give this match even 10 minutes. Couldn't even give it 10 minutes. What happened after the match, that's where the money was, I suppose. So Ronda's staring down Charlotte. Charlotte gets in the ring. They're trash talking. Ronda looks around. Here comes Becky Lynch in her Kill Bill outfit, on crutches, gets in the ring with her crutches, staring them both down. You get the chance of, she's the man. Because we all know Becky Lynch is the man, okay? We know this. And then grabs the cane, or the crutch, throws it at Charlotte, grabs the other one, starts beating and wailing on Charlotte. Just, I mean, they looked like it hurt. And these didn't look like those prop ones where they bend. No, these things still looked solid and looked like they literally looked like they hurt pretty damn bad. So then Becky's kind of staring down Ronda. Ronda picks up her credit. She looks back at Becky, and Becky's like, go ahead. She deserves it. And then she picks hers up and starts wailing on Ronda too. I mean, right? That happened. Then we get the, they don't even do nothing. Now look, before I get to the next match, I don't know exactly what this means going into the triple threat match. I don't know. Because I don't know. Someone's using the internet. Someone's on it because I'm losing my stuff all of a sudden. It's gonna crash. I'm losing my train of thought. Excuse me, guys, for just 1 second. Oh, look, it's back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go check my router, and it's still. All right, so I'm gonna fly through this. My thing is starting to go bad. I don't know what they're gonna do with Becky. I'm not even gonna try to pretend to know. All right, I'm just gonna go with it and just follow them on this journey. Honestly, that's all I can do. There's not much more that I can do when it comes to that. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. No disqualification. Garbage. Just garbage. Garbage is the only words that I can come up with. I mean, I wrote notes, but I didn't care. You surely probably didn't care. Who cared? I did not. I just didn't care. This match ended. You know, it was Baron Corbin trying to use weapons and Braun Strowman being like, I'm better than you, so I'm beating you up. And then Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre come out there. They beat up him with chairs. And then they all gang up on him, give him the triple power bomb through 2 tables for Baron Corbin to win. That's the match. There you go. Your winner. And still garbage, Baron Corbin. Miz, like I said, backstage loses his cool. Here comes Lacey Evans. She walks down the ramp, walks back up the ramp. I think I'm already booking her better. It sucked. It did. Styles, Randy Orton, and Kofi Kingston were in this match. It started off with Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. Of course, we know Randy Orton was number 6 to enter in this match, the last man to enter this match. So the match starts off, you know, like I said, this was an okay Elimination Chamber match. It was an okay match between these two guys, or between all 6 of these men, but it really doesn't pick up till you get to the end of the match. In all honesty, it doesn't. It doesn't pick up till you get towards the end. Bryan and Joe start off. Bryan cuts a promo, though, before he gets to the ring. I wrote down something. He says, they try, we get, when guys like us try to enlighten you, we get punished. First in the chamber, fickle. First in the gauntlet, fickle. And he says a couple more things. Rowan is getting ejected. Go figure, right? They're going to eject Rowan for, well, I guess being there. Bryan's kneeling down, and he says, I don't want to be the martyr, but he says, I don't want to be a martyr. But he says, my suffering is for the greater good. I still have hope. He's like, you guys need me. This planet needs me. I have hope that I will walk out still with this beautiful, gorgeous belt. And he thinks that he's going to. It's cool. So he gets in there. He tries to avoid Samoa Joe, right? He's trying to evade Samoa Joe. Doesn't want Samoa Joe to get a hold of him, you could say. The match started off slow. Finally, when Joe would get a hold of him, Joe would kind of beat him up. Bryan tries to run. Joe has, just keeps punishing him. Switching, I'm telling you, notes. These matches are hard to keep track of, really. But you kind of get some back and forth. Daniel Bryan, he's getting some kicks in. Kofi Kingston comes in. Kofi Kingston, from the moment he got in till the end, the crowd was all for Kofi Kingston. And again, how do you believe Kofi Kingston's going to win this match? Somebody tell me. How? He comes in hot. He's just beating up Joe. Bryan cuts him off, gives him a knee to the head. Joe goes after Bryan. He starts going up to the top of the pod. Joe goes after Kofi Kingston, does something, and Kofi Kingston ends up on the top of the pod. Him and Bryan start fighting up there. They finally get back down. Kofi Kingston has the advantage. Joe attacks him. Then does a senton, lands right on Daniel Bryan's hip. Looked harsh. Styles is next in the ring. He goes on the attack. I mean, pretty much anyone who was in his path. Hits a double DDT on Bryan and Kofi Kingston. Bryan starts climbing to the top. AJ Styles does a phenomenal forearm, hitting Daniel Bryan in the back. Styles gets back in the ring, works over Kofi Kingston. They have some back and forth. Joe locks in a coquina clutch on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston rolls through like he did on SmackDown. Almost pins Samoa Joe. Joe gets back up. Still has it in. Kofi gets out, kicks him. Then you get a phenomenal forearm to Joe. Joe is eliminated. Jeff Hardy is next in the ring. He goes right after AJ Styles. Starts to build some momentum. Starts taking down everyone. You got both guys. You got people pairing off. In one corner is Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I'm sorry, Kofi Kingston. Or no, Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. Then Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston on the other side. Now, this looked pretty bad. AJ Styles falls. They're going towards the top. AJ Styles falls, ribs first, onto the turnbuckle, the little bolt, and then falls to the mat. Jeff Hardy gets him set up, does a swanton bomb from the pod onto AJ, who's laying over the top ropes. And as soon as he comes off, gets a knee plus to the face, Jeff Hardy is deleted. He is eliminated. Bryan is now in control. Has Styles in a trio woe. Goes up top. He's trying to get Kofi Kingston into a superplex. Styles sits up, grabs AJ Styles, throws both of them into a superplex super German type maneuver. All these guys are down. Randy Orton comes in. He's taking his time. He's just kind of methodically working over working over Kofi Kingston and AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan, he's going to go for RKO on Daniel Bryan. Bryan reverses that, goes for a backslide into a pin. That gets, kicked out. All four men are starting to get in some offense. Styles goes for a phenomenal forearm on Kofi Kingston. Randy Orton grabs him. RKO. AJ Styles is now eliminated. Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton are fighting. You got a schoolboy attempt for only a 2 count. Orton hits the DDT off the top rope, goes for a 2 count, or gets a 2 count. Get a drink here. A lot goes on in this match. You get a power slam by Randy Orton on Daniel Bryan. Trouble in Paradise. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is now eliminated. So this is down to Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, and the crowd is just coffee, 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 and I'm saying nope. And my mom's like, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Zachary, he's gonna win, Zachary. He's gonna win. No, he's not, Mom. Yeah, he is. I was like, okay, sure thing, Mom. Sure thing. Yeah, he's gonna win. Right. So you get an exchange of kicks. You get Trouble in Paradise. That misses. A drop kick to the knee of Kofi Kingston. Bryan hits him with some no kicks. Misses the last one. And SOS gets hit. Kofi Kingston gets a 2 count. The crowd's like, oh, they thought he was going to win. And I was like, ah ha ha, false hope. I actually wrote that in the notes. Bryan does some more no kicks. Does a bunch of running drop kicks. Kofi counters the last one, does a stomp, gets a 2 count. Kofi very aggressive. He's on the outside. He's slamming Bryan into the cage. Goes for another move. Bryan pushes him into the plexiglass. They get back in the ring. Bryan hits the running knee, only gets a 2 count. Bryan is just, at this point, he's just bewildered that he didn't win yet. So Bryan grabs the arm, starts stomping Kofi Kingston's head in, basically. Goes for the running knee. That gets countered into Trouble with Paradise. He gets a 2 count. A small package by Daniel Bryan. That's only a 2 count. Bryan locks in the label lock. Kofi. I put coffee. I actually wrote coffee in the notes. Kofi Kingston gets to the ropes. So Bryan gets on the top rope. Kofi Kingston kicks him. They're fighting on the top. They try getting to the pod. This is scary. I had a hard time watching here. These two both tried to attempt superplexes on each other. Are both hitting each other's heads against the plexiglass. I'm just kind of sitting there. I'm just like, I can't even look at this point. Finally, Bryan starts to slide down. He gets kicked. He falls, lands on his back. Kofi goes for a splash. Misses. Bryan gets up, hits him with the running knee. 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan kills that crowd and retains his WWE Championship. One, I knew they weren't going to take the belt off of him because at the beginning of the match, when they showed the WWE title to show it was that match, they used the big globe with the new looking belt, the Eco sign. It was gorgeous. No way. No way they were going to take it off of him like that. No way. No way. And Daniel Bryan, who is supposed to be the bad guy, is right. Is right. I have a bad guy that I cheer for. Daniel Bryan took the hope from every one of you who believed Kofi Kingston was going to be WWE Champion. Beautiful. Now, the rest of the show, garbage. Don't care. What am I going to rate this show? I'm giving this show 4 out of 10. And the 4 is for Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston. And the fact that Finn Balor is Intercontinental Champion. Even though a little too late, perhaps, but I'm okay with it. I'm willing to just let it go. So, that everyone, is your Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So I'd like to thank everyone who stopped in and watched this with me. Thank you guys for coming in and enjoying it with me, I suppose. Yeah, so. But hey, this was it. This was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Thumbs up if you liked the show. Thumbs up if you liked my review. If you hated this show, let me know down in the comments. What would you grade the Elimination Chamber? But I'm Zach. Hey, you know what? Give a thumbs up for my girlfriend for being awesome today. And for me getting a freebie to kind of just enjoy myself. Give her a big thumbs up. Following this, I'm going to Patreon. If you're a Patreon, let's see, Patreon. Let me look in here. Okay, if you're a $5 and up Patreon, I am doing a post-show video after this, preferably with her. We'll see. If she doesn't want to do it, I'm just not going to do it. So, but yeah, $5 and up. You guys can go on there. Perhaps I'll be there just talking some BS, watching some Gordon Ramsay or something with her, and we're just going to commentate on Gordon Ramsay. Why not? So, thank you guys. Hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I am Zach, and I am done. Deuces, everybody.